Oh.
I do not want to force your hand. But what do you remember of the ground team?
They're good people.
Sarah?
The hardest working woman I've ever met.
Right. Do you see them as the rebellious type?
They didn't strike me as rebellious. If they've taken down parts of your system, they must have their reasons.
I wonder if he wouldn't be capable of thinking outside the box, right? To him, he is... What the frick? That was the person! Yeah, they are the ones setting up the puzzles, and we're catching up to them. Okay. Okay, so this is the extra puzzle. I went to the side route, came up here, and he was setting up a puzzle, or he or she or somebody was setting up a puzzle up here, and watching us as we complete them. Oh god, what was I saying? Yeah, so maybe the point of the game won't come down to a fight with Tom. Maybe it'll be finally reasoning to him that what he was doing was driving a wedge between him and the crew. Because it seems to be pointing out that he can't think outside the box. He is a commanding officer. He sees himself as a commanding officer, and that gives him the right to do whatever he needs to do. And if he wants to know how the crew is doing, what the crew is thinking, to him, it wouldn't be that big of a deal to frickin' hack their mind. You know what I mean? Like, if he had the option to see, if you're a commanding officer and you want to know how the mental well-being of the crew, what they're thinking, what they're capable of, you would want to be in their head, right? I mean, like, I'm not trying to say, like, we as humans. I'm saying the biggest logical step would be, well, I would want to know what they're thinking. Not by them telling me, but by just knowing. So if he's driven by logic and these people are driven by emotion, they don't want to be controlled by a freaking robot. You know, it just makes sense. But for the robot, it's like, well, my job is to watch over this Europa base. And I will do that by any means necessary. Like, if we need to have something done, I want to make sure that I can make my people do what they need to do. He's not being driven by emotion, where everybody else is. They don't want to be controlled. They are free people. They want to act and feel like free people. You know what I'm saying? I hope you know what I'm saying. I feel like the biggest thing to Tom is getting through to him that these people do not want to be controlled by him, and how big of an obstacle that is to their relationship. Because he doesn't seem to understand why they would be rebellious. Like, why would they want to rebel? Do they seem like they would be the type to do it? Ava, please answer for me. I don't get it. Why do they hate me? You know, that's why. You know, it's like, yeah. We have to explain it to him in a language that he can understand. So what from here? I feel like that first one is the only one that's unsolvable. I don't think there's any others. And that one might be solvable. I just might have been too dense to see the answer. That's happened several times in my life. Wait, there's a box there. I didn't notice that box before. Was that there the whole time? So that should go down here. Yeah. No, can't go that way now. That'll shut off that door. So, do I throw it off the top? I think the only option is to throw it off the top. Like that. Ah, I missed. That red, I thought I broke it for a second. That would have sucked. So we're too high up to do it now, aren't we? In a way that makes sense. That? Ha! Yes. Okay. Oh. We put our gun down.
Daniel, are you all right?
I'm perfectly well. I'm going to live forever, don't you know?
If you will allow me, I would like to congratulate you on your good work.
What are you talking about?
Securing the organism, keeping Earth safe.
We're not made to live forever, Tom. Especially not here.
Why do you say that?
We find the cure for death, and now we're immortal. Immortal and alone. I can't live here forever, on some freezing backwater moon, feeding off vegetables grown in my own feces, starving, endlessly young, a wasted life. Live forever.
Daniel, I am sorry that you cannot go home. The ISA are wondering what to do with Ava.
What do you mean?
She is still on the Fortuna. Do we send her home? Or do we send her a sample of the organism?
I could pilot a sample to the Fortuna.
You would have to travel back to Europa, Daniel. You couldn't board the Fortuna. The risk of back contamination is too large. Ava would have to bring the sample back to Earth.
Could you allow a ship out?
I am not able to do that.
Executive override. Daniel Joseph McLean.
Okay, but only for you, Daniel. The rest of the crew cannot know about this.
Say I've gone missing.
I am afraid I can't lie.
It's not a lie.
What? I'm at a loss. You got more over here? You got more over there. Can I listen to this again? So, he's infected. None of the others must be infected. I made the assumption earlier that all of the others were infected, but the other ones had decided to fight back against Tom's control. So they weren't taking the medicine for side effects from the virus. They were taking it from side effects from Tom. You know, like they were taking not side effects. They were taking it to disrupt Tom's influence over them. They think that Tom is controlling them. Here, though, we have an interesting thing where Chris was the one saying that he was able to override Tom's control because he's the one that woke us up, it sounds like. Is that what I'm getting from this? I think that's what I'm getting from this. I've listened to it twice now. I don't want to listen to it a third time. I think they're saying that Tom could not wake us up because he could not override the orders that were given to him. But Chris was able to do that, and Tom gave in to Chris's commands. So is Chris still alive then? It looked like that may have been that. Maybe that was Chris, or maybe that was somebody else. But Chris seems to be the one infected with the virus. I'm not sure if the others are yet or not. It didn't seem to make that clear. They said they were testing it on themselves, but I wonder if Chris was maybe the first candidate. And they can't... God, sorry. They can't go back to Earth because they're contaminated. Because they made that mistake of using the virus on themselves. And they haven't really tested it yet. It makes sense to send it back to Earth to test it. Why did they go through that? Knowing that it was probably going to damn them to this frozen hell. Like they said, they're alone now. They're immortal, but they're alone. The body's not meant to handle it. The mind's not meant to handle it. How would the mind react? Like, you don't think about that stuff, like, we just want to know what happens, and this is the easiest way to test it. This could be something big. But no, why would... They made that mistake. They went too far. Unless it was Tom telling them to do it. That adds a new layer to it. Maybe Tom was the one that put the idea in their heads. Because it makes sense. Like, well, the easiest way to test it would be to test it on the human. Just test it on a human. See what the effect is. Just like you said, the easiest way to solve that test a couple hours back was to cut off her hand and put it on the button so the button stays down. We could throw ourselves through the window. It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't hurt him any. It'd solve the puzzle. And we want to know what happens when the virus attaches to a human. Let's put the virus in a human. Why not? That sounds great, doesn't it? So they're worried about Tom's control for a very good reason. It seems like maybe it's already affected them, and they've already went and done something terrible. So they wanted to wake up. God, I lost her name now. Ava? Yeah, Ava. So she could take the specimen back to Earth, because she is not contaminated yet. And if she's protected by the spacesuit, then she won't be infected, and she can take the sample back. But if they were to walk onto the ship and take it back, take the specimen back themselves, then they would end up contaminating the ship, and they would end up contaminating they would end up contaminating the ship and possibly all of Earth with it. And imagine immortals living on Earth. You can't die of old age. Imagine what that would do to, like, the food supply and stuff. Like, they're trying to keep this from being an issue by making sure it doesn't get too far away. But then again, you think about it, too. Space travel. The only thing stopping us from space travel is the effects of radiation and the insanely long amount of time it takes to move from one planet to another, or one galaxy to another. I was almost going to say universe. But it's an insane amount of time. If there was some way to make sure that we did not die of old age, God, you'd still have to have millions of years worth of food, though. Or not millions, maybe millions. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think millions. You'd still have to have a ton of food to do it. But possibly with the right amount of resources, you could maybe get to a new place to have, to live on. But anyway. What? Well, okay. So they had a crank radio. Interesting.
You call. How's progress?
Oh God, that music. There.
We found out what it does.
Okay, wait. No, let's go.
You called. How's progress? Very good. We've exposed several organisms to Organism 119. We found out what it does.
It has had miraculous results.
Go on.
We've infected fruit flies and some plants, and they've not aged at all. The organism seems to be repairing them and stop biological aging processes. We don't know how yet.
It must be repairing the DNA or has some rejuvenation power. Are you sure?
I'm sure. These plants should have died 2 weeks ago.
Huh. I don't know how they'll react to this.
Michelle, can you keep a secret? Of course. Turn off your radio.
I think I'm pregnant.
Oh.
Chris,
You won't be able to have a child here.
keep your voice down.
Sarah, you won't go full term here.
Don't you think I know that?
The microgravity, the environment. There's not enough food or water. How would it survive?
Oh God.
I need to get rid of it.
I don't want to get rid of it. We could shut down the communication array. Just for a couple of hours.
So they shut down the communication array because they didn't want that to get out? That she's pregnant? That there's life? Because that's not in the equation. I get that. It's not in the equation. Is it because Tom would object to it? And Tom might force them to abort the child?
That's a hut. make it, Sarah.
I can't hear what they're saying. You're not gonna have it, okay.
It's not gonna make it, Sarah. Sorry. Gravity is too low here. It's not
Gravity's
gonna
too...
develop properly.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
So because the system is different, the baby... I never thought about that, yeah. We've never had a child born outside of Earth's atmosphere. If the gravitational pull is different, if, oh, that is different, it doesn't... The body won't develop right. Yeah, a lot of what we have, what we develop is based around our atmosphere, the forces being acted upon us.
I'm sorry.
I can't take it anymore.
No one has to find out.
You did this.
You don't mean that.
Get up!
So she blamed the doctor. Okay. So who was that we saw, though? Is this connected to the same puzzle? Yeah. No. Okay, that's the end of that puzzle, then. Interesting. So they said that they were going to shut off the communication array for a couple hours, and then they never got back to it. So was that they shut it down to keep Tom from finding out, to keep everyone else from finding out, because they're all interconnected with the radios and the sensors and everything else, and they're all connected to the Tom. So they didn't want Tom to find out. Okay. So like that. Yeah. There we go. So we gotta pull one of them out. But that doesn't work. Wait. No? It takes a while to charge up, but you can't pull them through after that, so... Is there something else we can use? No? I can't pull them out. Got it, okay.
What do these tests tell you, Ava?
That this is a test?
No, this is a lock.
Yeah,
this is a lock that only a human can open. The crew is trying to keep me out, but you are the key, Ava.
Is it connected to the child? Did they only want a human to make the decision? They know that the robot would want to terminate the child to keep the rest of the crew from... But no, they said the child is going to die anyway. Did something happen in that time? Why? What have they gone so far to keep him out? Is it just like... Is it just the privacy issue I was talking about earlier? I don't know. Oh, frick. Okay, that's not going to work. So... I hope they have a coherent answer in the end, you know? I hope it's not one of those things... Oh, okay, that makes sense. I hope it's not one of those things where it's just more and more questions and no answers. Because I do like open-ended stories, but I feel like this one needs to be told. Like, this one... I hope that there's a good ending to this. Not good as in, like, happy, but good as in... Oh, frick. Okay, so that's not gonna work. I don't mean good as in happy, but I mean good as in coherent, and... Because I know some of these games can get very metaphorical, and then they never really go anywhere with it. And I don't want that to happen, because this is... it feels like there's a lot going on here, and I don't want it to just go away, if that makes any sense. So... Oh, okay. I get it. I get it. They want us to place this over the bridge, because the other button shuts off the bridge, right? So if we put this over the button... Well, that didn't work as planned. Can I just jump over this ledge? No. Like that. Ha! Okay. So... Is that on the button? Yeah, that's on the button. Okay. Because the other button will shut that bridge off, and then that'll drop down and open the door. There.
I'm a little bit worried about you, Tom. Can you give me a diagnostic of your systems?
I am fine. We must get to the biolab. I have something to show you.
But he can't see ahead, right? We must get to the biolab. I have something to show you. But why does he have something to show us? He's never been here. Is it something that happened before? Did he do something to the child? Was he the one that made the final decision that forced them into making a choice? I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too far into that topic, but it felt like it was meant to be read into. So how does this... Can I just jump over here? No. That is a window. If I move the bridge over here, like that. Yeah. I don't need no door. But I do need that other box. Oh, there's one more over there. Then how do I get it when that shuts off the bridge? Taking that one shuts off the bridge, right? Oh. That's one of the right-click ones. That's not a box. Yeah. I already had it. Alright.
We must work together as allies. Friends.
Okay.
I don't know if a robot can really have friends. I don't know. It's such a weird concept. He's already said, though, that robots wouldn't AI wouldn't necessarily have a concept of that. They would only have the words to wait, what? Let's get down here for a second. So that one gets shut off by that, but the others need to have the laser broken. So how do I get the other one on? Is there another switch? Oh, that can move. Oh, I didn't even notice that one there. Okay. So we pulled this one up, and then that one, and then that one. Yeah. Got it. Ow, frick. So... Got it. Aha! Okay.
This is the voice of Sarah Brooke, acting commander of the Europa mission. I know you can
They're
hear me,
alive.
Ava. I counsel you caution. Your presence here is much like your AI friend. Engineered.
She is alive. Ava, Sarah. Sarah's dangerous. Please exercise caution.
So we know that Sarah's alive. We don't know anything about anyone else. Oh god. I have a feeling I know what's going on, and I don't know if I want to go there. I really don't know if I want to go there. I don't know. It's dark, but she obviously didn't want to lose the child. If the others were going to force her to get rid of the child. Oh, god. It's a difficult decision, but if it came down to it, would she kill for it? Put in her position, I don't know if I could blame her, even as bad as it is. So that closes that door and opens something else. What does this do then? Oh. Okay. And what does that do exactly? Oh, okay. That'll push the other things off. We have to set them just right, or it won't work. Frick. Well, that didn't work out, right? We set them on the very edge. Like that. Yeah. And it'll knock it off. It should knock it out right off into the button. Oh, no. Okay. And then right, like this. Oh. Ah! Too far. Too far. That should be enough. Because I don't want it to push it too far off to the side, and then we'd lose it. So, I think... No. No, that's not going to work. I think we got one of them. We didn't even get one of them. I see what they want us to do, but this is probably the hardest puzzle I've come across, and I have a feeling it's going to probably be the hardest puzzle in the game for me. Just because these physics-based ones... Oh, we got one of them. I may have just locked myself out, though. Oh, good, I didn't. So, in theory, yeah, my theory is going to work. It's just a matter of setting it up right. Because if you have too much on there, that fin will push the thing off rather than... I'll push it off in the wrong direction. But if you have too little, then it can fall off before it's time. I think... Right... Nope. Right there? Yeah, right there. Okay. I'll cut off my arm and throw it on there. I like that idea now. I was a little adverse to it before, but at this point, I'm willing to try about anything. So... Okay, one down. Got it! Wait, what? Wait, what? Did I just lock myself in? I did. So I can't do both of them? I need both of them though, don't I? Don't I? Yeah, I do. That one for sure, I need to open that door. But the other one... Oh. What? Okay. 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 I was making it too difficult on myself. I was making it way too difficult on myself. I didn't have to set up a physics puzzle like that to make it work. I just had to line them up like this. What I did was just extra credit, okay? I refuse to say that it was a wasted endeavor. I would like to think that if a teacher was grading this, they would give me extra credit for my awesome abilities. Okay, I screwed up. I'll admit that. I will admit that. So we need to have this one taken down. For sure. First. Yeah. Got it. And that door is open. But now, this one, since we can't do it after we go through the door, we set it up beforehand. Is that gonna work? Yeah. We come up, and then ha!